There you go. Can you hear me?
Hey, how are ya?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
Doing all right, thanks. I like the vibe.
Yeah. So we have Face of Boaz, right? I said that right?
That's correct. Yep.
All right. Let's get this thing going.
All right.
All right. So what you got? What got you into cosplay?
Um, I was just a giant nerd, basically, and some friends wanted to dress me up for a convention back in 2016, and I said okay, and then pretty much got hooked from there.
Yeah, that's pretty much everybody's story. Like,
Yeah,
mine's not so similar because nobody actually told me to dress up. I just went to a convention and
amazing.
then I was like, "Oh, this is cool. Everybody's dressed up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do that."
That's how my dad got into it. I took him to a convention, and then the next year he was like, I want to dress up. So,
Oh, your dad cosplays too.
yeah, he's an excellent Gandalf from Lord of the Rings.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's nice. That's nice. So, do you have a favorite cosplay?
Um, I think probably my Eowyn from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay, okay. I haven't seen that one. That was pretty nice. Yeah.
It was the
That's
first
yeah.
one I ever built, so it's always got a special place in my heart, and I just like the character a lot. So yeah.
All right. So that brings us to our next question. Do you make your cosplays or do you buy them? It seems like you make them, right?
I do sort of a mix. If it's something like armor, I absolutely make it. Sewing, I'm sort of 50-50 on. I have a love-hate relationship with sewing. Like I love having something I've made, but the act of cutting fabric makes me really anxious, and the thought of having to sew it all together makes me really anxious. So yeah. So if I'm it really it comes down to cost. If it's going to be cheaper to make it, I'll make it. If it's going to be cheaper to buy it, I'll buy it. So
I
like,
do that.
basic black dress, I'm going to buy that. I'm not going to make that.
Do you have any tips on sewing? Because I am a terrible person at sewing. I
I'm
cannot sew for shit.
I'm pretty bad at it too. I learned the hard way. If you're making pants, um, reinforce those seams with a zigzag. Otherwise, you will split your pants open mid-convention.
That's good not to do.
Yeah. That was my first. I made the costume convention, and yeah, but literally forgot to account for sitting when I was tailoring the pants. And the minute I sat in the car to head to the convention, just busted every seam and had not zigzagged. So it was a disaster.
Would you say that's your most embarrassing moment in cosplay?
Um, Quite possibly. I don't embarrass easily. I had a skirt fall off once.
Ooh,
Yeah, that was
that seems pretty bad.
yeah, that was my first time working with craft foam, and it was the like Disney fairies, so I'd made this like
Ooh.
flower petal skirt out of craft foam, and just had not secured it well, and sort of could feel that it was going, but then just like made it to a corner as the thing collapsed off of me. So that probably was it, because I think the seams were more or less covered by swishy coat, but the actual losing of the skirt was pretty bad.
Yeah, I could imagine. Yeah, I haven't had anything fall off, but I had a zipper that got stuck. But
Oh,
fortunately, I was using Miles, and I
yep.
had the coat, his jacket, so that just covered it up. How many cosplays have you done?
Oh God, way too many. Because I
Way too many
mostly
to count.
yeah, because I mainly do the makeup looks where it's sort of like a waist up cosplay. Someone was asking me this the other day, and I said easily more than 100, and he said, "Oh, I would have thought it was closer to 1,000."
Yeah, because you do
Yeah,
post a lot,
I
and you
do.
do a great Doctor Who.
Oh, thank you. I love
Amazing.
her as well. She was my first sewing cosplay.
So is
She's
that
the
your
one who
favorite
the pants
Doctor?
split on. Sorry?
Is that your favorite Doctor?
I don't know. I love all of the doctors. Because it's the same person, it just, keeps changing. I
Uh-huh.
definitely am more partial to New Who.
Same
Classic
here.
Who, yeah. Classic Who was on PBS and Canadian channel TVO when I was a kid. And but it was always like the Tom Baker years and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So, and I don't remember anything other than being terrified by Tom Baker's face in the opening credits when it like zooms
This
in.
huge grin he has.
Yeah, terrified the crap
Yeah,
out
it's
of,
pretty.
or when he does this face, that one just
Yeah,
scared
I
the
can
crap out.
imagine that.
Yeah, so that is my main memory of Doctor Who as a kid. So coming back to it as a grown up, yeah, I love the New Who Doctors. And all for different reasons. I think they just all sort of continue this little story arc beautifully.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Doctor I don't like with New Who.
Exactly.
With the old
Yeah.
ones, I liked everybody too. I just love everybody.
Yeah. 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 The older ones I find I get less attached to them. Like I feel like the story arcs were just like less emotional and less like they didn't have the giant trauma of the Time
Yeah.
War. And so I find them like just less easy to form a bond with, whereas I will protect my sweet little New Who doctors with all of my soul.
It seems like the old ones were more about like learning and history, and the new
Mm-hmm.
ones are more about like trauma.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. The old ones were, let's talk about the Aztecs and, oh, look at this, Marco Polo. And the new ones are, and here's how we deal with the fact that our planet is lost and that we were the ones who blew it up and that everyone leaves us and that nothing is okay.
Yes, it seems like the new one is just putting the Doctor in like the worst situations.
Yeah. Yeah. How much can we hurt them? Let's do that.
Yeah, it seems like that's what they're doing. What is your most uncomfortable cosplay?
Um, Probably Liberty Bell from Glow. It's my like lady wrestler one. Um,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, because I'm in my normal life I wear probably 5 or 6 layers at any given time, and that one's very exposed. And also I have to be sewn into it, so it's very difficult to
You
use
have
the
to be sewn
bathroom.
into it.
Yeah, yeah. So because
So do they just like they literally have to sew it while it's on your body?
yeah, well, I sew it well it's on my own body, but yeah, because the bodysuit lines aren't correct, and the only way to get them to stay in the right place is to sew them, unless I add snaps, but I'm too lazy to add snaps. So literally, I sew myself in, and then like have to do this weird like dance to actually use the bathroom while it's on my body.
I get the weird dance because when you're in the Spider-Man costume, you have to
Oh,
do a weird dance to like get it off.
yeah, yeah. I can only sometimes get it off when with Liberty Bell, and I usually have to like I won't go into details because no one needs to know what I have to do to go to the bathroom in that costume.
Yeah, yeah, those costumes. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it's just
tights under a bodysuit, under a skirt, under a corset with a wig on top, and it's just
yeah, those cosplays that you do like that. You love them, but you also hate them because you have to get out of them, and
yeah,
then it's just so much of a drag.
yeah. And like my foam armor ones, like Hippolyta, I'm fine if I'm walking around, but if I have to like sit down, I have to sit down like this because it just does not bend properly.
I get that.
Not not a comfortable thing.
I get that. I had a Godzilla costume for
Mm,
them. It was Coolzilla because I couldn't find like the full body of Godzilla,
yeah,
and I was not willing to make that.
yeah,
So what I did is I got the headpiece of Godzilla, put some glasses over it, and then wore a blue suit,
yeah.
and then got a giant tail.
Amazing.
And so the tail attached, but I couldn't get it to detach at certain times. So sitting wasn't very much
You
a
just lay
hassle.
on your stomach at that point. Just lay across the chairs.
I would, on that point, I mostly stood up. And then the second time I wore it, I figured out how to put the harness on it. And I detached it. I was like, oh, yes.
Nice. Yeah, that's always the best feeling when you have been suffering with your cosplay and then you finally figure out something that just makes it so much easier.
Yes.
Best feeling in the world.
Like the first time I wore a Spider-Punk, nobody told me that you can get a detachable mask and you can get zippers on your arms.
Yeah, I don't think I'd do well in a spider suit. I feel like that would just be incredibly overwhelming and I would feel trapped.
You do at times. You do.
Yeah.
What is your favorite cosplay memory?
I love when the kids get really excited. Like, I don't do a lot of kid popular cosplays. Like, I'm not a Disney princess. I'm not a Marvel superhero a lot of the time. But for some reason, little girls are drawn to Eowyn. Like, I can't imagine they know who she is because it's not a super recognizable character unless you're a super, like, Lord of the Rings nerd. But invariably, every time I wear her, there's a little girl who's about 8 years old who just comes up and throws her arms around me and just like holds on for dear life. And I don't know if it's like the long princess hair or if it's a woman with sword, but whatever it is, it just speaks to these kids and it absolutely makes my life every time.
Yeah, it's just the same. Like when the kid comes up to you, it's just the most wonderful feeling.
Yeah, totally. You must get that just constantly as Spider-Man.
Yes, you get surrounded, and it just feels amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So we've covered your first cosplay. What's something you never cosplay for like reasons of any kind?
Um, I'm not, I don't, have any
Other than
judgment
Spider-Man.
of cosplayers who do like lewd cosplays, but it's me and my body. I am not comfortable. Like I have a hard time, literally Liberty Bell is my most revealing and I show some upper chest and my arms and that's it. And that is how uncomfortable I am with exposing my body. So like any type of boudoir shoot, any type of like lewd cosplay, I could not get away with the bodysuit and cute mouse ears type look. It would not, I would not be comfortable. I would just basically sit under a blanket and that would ruin the effect of the cosplay.
Yeah, like it does take a while to get used to the Spider-Man suit or like Spider-Woman or Spider-Person. It takes a while to get used to that because you're just wearing like a thin piece of cloth and your shoulder rebuilt, and it takes a minute to get used to that.
I can imagine.
What is your favorite part of cosplay?
Probably the makeup. It's especially this year when there hasn't been the ability to go out and do group shoots at all, which is normally my favorite part of it is doing those like giant group shoots where you just go out and take over a chunk of the city and go to town. But this year, just having the ability to still create and shoot things while in my apartment where I have approximately 2 square feet in which I can film. Having the ability to do the makeup and create 1,000 characters that way is my favorite.
That is, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, my favorite part about cosplay was similar. I like going to cons and hanging out with people. And now that I'm actually thinking about it, I thought of something really funny to go with this. Because I have a bow tie. That's also a Doctor Who reference.
Yes.
And I'm going to put that on.
Excellent.
this look.
Perfect.
Bow ties are cool.
Bow ties are cool.
There you go. Oh, I love this look.
Nicely done.
Might use this more often.
Yeah, this is your like going out look.
Yes, the casual Batman look when he's going out on the town.
Yes, when he still wants to be, you know, classy Bruce Wayne, but I'm Batman at the same time.
So do you have a favorite prop that you've used or made?
Continuing on the Doctor Who theme, I made River Song's Sonic trowel.
Ooh.
I'm pretty proud of that. That was my first time using Warbler to actually like craft something, and it's a little bit, the size is a little bit off, but I'm still pretty happy with how it turned out.
You said a warbler?
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
That is thermoplastics. So like you get, it's, I don't know if you've ever used friendly plastic. That's what we called it when I was a kid.
Okay.
It's basically these giant sheets of really thin plastic. A lot of people build armor out of it. And
Oh,
it
okay, okay.
melts when you heat it up. So you can shape it into sort of whatever you want with your little heat gun. This is the heat gun motion, just in
All
case.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
And
yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah.
yeah. And it's, you know, you can, I feel like a lot of like crowns and jewelry and things are often Warbler crafted.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think I have anything Warbler around me, otherwise I'd show you. There's always cosplay stuff near me, but not Warbler today, apparently.
I get that. We'll use that cosplay stuff in a minute. So how do you choose what you're going to cosplay?
It's basically anything I think I can pull off, and also I generally love the character. Uh, if it's convention season and we can actually go to conventions, I'll do group cosplays, and I'll often sort of fit in with whatever the group's doing. But when it's my own, I love doing just pop culture, nostalgia. MILFs are my brand. I cosplay a lot of MILFs. It's funny because my friends on Twitter will just tag me anytime there's a woman over the age of 40 who is appearing in a new movie, and just say, when are you going to cosplay this? And, so that's become my brand. People know I won't play anything younger than me, or I think Jodie Whittaker is the closest one to my age, but she's still older than me. So
Okay.
yeah, generally do not play the youngins. People are like, why don't you do, you know, this one? I'm like, no, I don't play teenagers. No.
Yeah, that's your brand. You got a brand, you got to stick to it, right?
Yeah. 25 is too young. Not doing it.
So what's your dream cosplay? If you had all the money in the world, what would be your dream cosplay?
So I go back and forth. Like, I would love to do gowns, but I don't have the sewing skills yet to do the gowns that I want to do. Like Satine from Moulin Rouge, I would love to do her like red
Oh, okay.
thing. And Madame Vastra from Doctor Who, the lizard woman.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I want to learn to do the cowl prosthetics type stuff eventually, and that would take a lot of prosthetic work to make a convincing Vastra.
Would you have the tail hanging out? I mean, her tongue.
Oh,
Would you add that to it?
now I'm gonna start trying to brainstorm how I could create a retractable tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you do that?
I'm thinking it would have to be on some sort of wheel that I could activate by biting.
Oh yeah,
Like when you like pull the cords and they, like a vacuum cord almost.
I was thinking more of like what are those things like for New Year's? You blow on them and they come out.
Oh,
Something like that.
that would be amazing. Yeah, that would be infinitely easier to do.
Yeah, just like somehow make that into a tongue, and then
Yeah.
just blow on it. It's like, beep.
All right.
I don't know how that would happen, but You got the brains. You can make that one happen.
By the time I've actually learned how to do prosthetics, I'm sure I'll have had plenty of time to brainstorm the tongue.
I get that. I get that. So what's the best cosplay you've ever seen? Other than mine. Because this is amazing right here.
Oh, that obviously takes the cake. There are just so many categories of awesome. Toronto Star-Lord did Blue from Jurassic Park, the dinosaur, like actually built the dinosaur.
Ooh.
And that was
It was like
absolutely
puppeteering?
epic.
So it was like a puppeteering thing?
Oh no, he built it as a suit and like had the special like feet constructed, so it was the raptor foot and had the it was epic. It's so Toronto Star-Lord, check it out on Instagram. It's one of the best things I've ever seen, and it was his first like major foam build, and that was epic. There are so many good ones. I love when Gussie J does M'Baku from Black Panther.
Oh.
He does.
I'm actually looking that up right now. That sounded amazing.
Yeah.
He said he does Baku?
Yeah, he does, and he does the
Still
full like challenge day speech, and I've literally seen him shut down an entire convention hall by standing in the middle of it doing the challenge day speech,
Oh.
and everyone just like jaws open, grinning. So that's pretty brilliant.
Oh yeah, this guy is pretty amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Silhouette Cosplay does some incredible work. Like her, she has a Loki that is one of the most detailed and intricate things I've ever seen.
It was that one.
Yes, there's Reed.
There we go. There we go. Now we can see it.
Toronto Star-Lord as Blue.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That's very amazing.
Isn't that so cool? That was literally the first like big thing he built. And he entered it in the Toronto Comic Con cosplay competition, and they bumped him up like a couple levels.
He won
like, no,
that, right?
you're not a beginner.
I said he won that, right?
I think so. He got some sort of prize for it. I don't think he won it outright because they bumped him up like 3 levels. But
oh, that is wrong. He should have won that one.
I know.
That's amazing right there.
Yeah.
So, what are your future plans for cosplay? What are you doing in the future when the cons open up?
Yeah, when the cons open up, I really want to do Queen Calanthe's battle armor from The Witcher.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because when, like, you know, the show was fine, and I was like, oh yeah, that person's cool, maybe I'll do that. And then she walked on screen with the bloody face and the, like, battle armor that was just epic. And I went, oh, no. There's my Witcher cosplay right there.
Okay.
So that is on my list. That was one I was going to do for Fan Expo this year. I also have there's a theme to my cosplays. Battle Merida from Brave, Disney's Brave.
Okay.
Making her battle armor. So that was going to be Toronto Comic Con. So it was like 90% done, and then everything went down.
Mm-hmm.
So those are my 2 sort of builds that are on the horizon. I have a build in mind for next year, depending on several different things, but that one's a secret.
The secret one.
And then I've got a bunch of like makeup stuff planned for Christmas that I'm pretty excited about.
All right. Throw that hat over there.
Got a little hot under there?
No. This just brings us to our next segment that we do. Well, starting now that we do. I did this once before, and it worked out pretty well. So we're doing it a second time here.
Mm-hmm.
And, whoa, where's my timer? We're going to be on the time limit.
All right,
and explain the rules of this. So, we have 30 seconds. to create a cosplay
Huh?
with the random assortment that you have next to you.
Huh? Okay.
And after those 30 seconds, we have to create a backstory for that costume we just built.
Okay. All right. I think I can do this.
Yeah. Let's get really creative. All right. And the timer starts. Wait, if you can see that. I don't think you can see that. Sort of. Timer starts now.
All right.
All right. Belt. Utility belt. Utility belt. Gloves. One glove.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Mask.
Oh, there's got to be something around here.
Sunglasses. All right, that's the fun. I can't even see what's going on here. All right, cancel that. Wait, that didn't cancel. There we go. Dismiss. All right.
I never looked more beautiful, let me tell you.
I can't even see. I put it on backwards, and that's the way it is now.
Amazing.
This is his superhero look. He's got a utility belt.
Excellent. Excellent.
And he's got his mask with his glasses on.
Nice.
And I think I might have a story for this. You want to go first?
Sure.
There you go.
So this is, I guess, Stevie Nicks' obnoxious French cousin, maybe?
That works. What's the backstory for
it? Jealous of her cousin's success in America, she moves to France and forms a nightclub act singing bad covers of Edith Piaf songs while chain smoking.
Okay. I think I got mine.
All right.
All right. So, this guy, he's a fan of Miles Morales. So he built this, he built the mask, but he couldn't figure out how to do the holes. So he put the sunglasses over it and thought he could fight crime like that. But his career was shortly ended when he got punched in the face and decided he didn't want to get punched in the face anymore.
I like it. I like it a lot. It kind of looks like, did you ever see Onward, the Disney movie that came out this year? Yeah, so you know how they put like the sunglasses on the dad in the hoodie?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's got that vibe.
I don't think I can do the rest of it like that because I couldn't see a thing. Just gonna go back to my.
Yeah, I need to get this wig off. It's not.
You did way better than I did. You got way better stuff.
I'm used to cosplaying from the waist up, so that's
I have a pile here, and I just grabbed what I can get.
I like it. I stole tinsel from my Christmas decorations, and there's always at least 2 wigs within arm's reach. There was also boy wig, but we decided to go with the full Stevie because the top hat was nearby. Could have also gone with witch hat, but that would have been a little too on the nose, I think.
Yeah, I feel like there was something else.
And then my prop cigarette is always near where I film TikToks, so that got included.
This was an extra Miles mask.
Amazing.
Sunglasses from when I just threw them over there.
Yeah.
And the Static Shock utility belt.
Amazing.
I thought I was going to have time to grab the Static Shock gloves. And kind of go from there, but I didn't. I didn't move fast enough to grab all of that.
Oh, 30 seconds is a long time when you're waiting for food in the microwave, but it's not a long time when you're trying to create a look.
This is true. I found that out the hard way, it seems like. I wonder if I can also wear a hat with this. Can I? Oh, I can.
Yes.
Man, that is great.
Yes,
Or
I like the
signature
palette.
Geek Madness hat. That
Excellent. Merch.
is
Grab
all
the
too
merch.
great. That that might be a look. That
I
might be
like
a
it.
look.
I dig it. You could also like turn the hat sideways and stick one of the bat ears out. Is it a snapback?
Oh wait,
Yeah.
wait. I think you're onto something. Oh wait. Oh, this is harder than I thought. There we go. There we go. Sort of? Wait, wait,
Sort
wait.
of. Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Nicely done. Yes.
It took a minute, but I got to it. I got to it.
Now you're the snapbat. Oh.
Ah! Wait. Dang it. Camera
Hey.
angles. Oh, there we go.
Yes. Excellent.
So while you're in quarantine, because I'm assuming
Hmm.
everybody's in quarantine, what makes you happy? What keeps you going while you're in quarantine?
Well, it helps that I can still do my job, which is nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, the fact that I'm still getting paid has been a blessing. If I'd worked literally any other job I've worked in the past decade, I would not have been paid throughout. So it was nice to have that. But honestly, it's been the cosplay community on all of the social media that has kept me going. Because anytime I'm miserable, I just make myself go paint my face for a couple hours and film some stupid TikToks. And by the time I'm done, I'm not so miserable anymore. And then when I post them, I have conversations with people who are responding to them. So it's been a sort of a great way to stay connected, even though there are no humans near me and no conventions happening.
This is true, because we can't do much under this quarantine there.
Yeah, no, not at all. I literally, the other day, I accidentally touched a delivery guy's hand and realized it was the first time I'd touched another human since August. And that was alarming. And then before that, it was in June when I had to go to the dentist.
I haven't even been to the dentist in a while since everything's in quarantine. I don't even know if the dentist is open, to be
Yeah,
honest with you.
yeah, I had a hole in my tooth, so
Oh, that was the kind of you needed to go?
yeah. If I'd had any sort of choice not to go, but the searing pain in my mouth said, "Hey, you should go check out the dentist." But it's great there because they're already sort of used to PPE and wearing masks and all the things and gloves. So
Yeah.
yeah, and they only let one person in the space at a time, so there's only one patient getting maskless dental work. So
I
as
did
safe
not
as
think of
it
that.
can be.
I did not think of that.
Yeah. So it's not not foolproof, but I feel like nothing is these days except for staying home.
All right. You mind if we try something new? All right. Let's try explain that gram.
All
So
right.
explain that gram would be I take a deep dive into your Instagram and find an interesting picture,
Uh-huh.
and you have to explain what's going on in the picture.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
All right. So I've kind of pulled while you were talking, I kind of pulled it up. And let's see. You've got a few interesting ones.
Yes.
So I'm gonna find one really interesting, and we're gonna talk about what's going on in that picture.
Hmm.
Let's see. Let's see. Well, there's a few good ones that would be conversation starters.
Hmm.
Ooh, let's find. There's a lot. More than I thought. We're gonna get there. We're gonna. Okay, okay, okay. I think I found the one. The one to be most interesting. Whoa, 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 whoa. A million like notifications just popped up on my phone.
Oh no.
Like,
I just tried to activate a new phone and it's not working. So I'm gonna have to figure that out shortly.
Oh, okay, okay, I got it. I got it. Wait, where'd it go? I just saw it. Oh, okay. Where did it go? My finger slipped. There we go, there we go. So, what is happening here?
Yes. Okay, so last year's Fan Expo, um, it was not a great weekend for me. I found out on literally midday at the con on the Thursday that a friend of mine had passed away, and
Oh, sorry to hear that.
yeah, it was really sudden and really just brutal, and um, I, sort of had to make the decision if I was going to keep finishing out the con or if I was going to sit at home and realize that sitting at home and just being miserable would not be a very healthy thing to do. So I balanced between sitting and being miserable and going to the convention. And some very dear cosplay friends of mine, we all cosplay Lord of the Rings things together. Um, when they, when we found out that Carl Urban was going to be there, because he was a late addition to the Fan Expo lineup, I had already spent my money on a Doctor Who photo op and didn't have the money for that, but knew I'd be wearing Eowyn on the last day of the con because I abandoned all of my con crunching plans for that weekend. Yeah, I was just like, nope, I can't wrestle with a sewing machine, so I'm wearing something I already have. So some really dear friends of mine bought me a photo op with Carl Urban, who had played Éomer in Lord of the Rings, who's Éowyn's brother. And
I didn't know he was in that.
yeah, he was blonde. He had like long blonde hair and a beard, and yeah, it's pretty epic. So there's this one scene where after Éowyn stabbed the Witch King, Éomer finds her unconscious on the battlefield and thinks she's dead and like holds her body and cries. And so I said to him, do you mind if we do the unconscious crying thing? And he said, yeah. And like did this. And so I did a back bend and played dead. And he gave me all of the cry face. There are literal tears in his eyes if you zoom in on that picture. And then he shared it to his Instagram too.
Yeah, he got right into character. He's already sad and everything.
Yeah,
He's a great actor.
He really is. Like just, and literally in the span of 2 seconds, but and like full tears in his eyes. And he double checked the camera to make sure the photo had turned out and gave me one of these. And
yeah,
really,
he's like in a lot of stuff that people don't know he's in. And that was like one of them. He always pops up in something you don't know he's in.
yeah. I just every once in a while there's just Carl Urban. There he is. He's got a beard in this one. He's got blonde hair in this one. He's got whatever. He's all over the place, and it's great.
Yeah, for like the longest time, I was like, "Who's playing Dread?" And then somebody was like, "That's Carl Urban." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, yeah. And oh, what was his character name in Ragnarok?
Oh,
He's the bald
yeah, I
Scourge.
remember him. He's the bald guy and he has the two guns.
Yeah, Scourge. Is that his name?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's Scourge.
Yeah, and that's another one where it's like, oh, that's Carl Urban. Who knew?
And he's in The Boys. He's
Yeah,
just like in a lot of things.
yeah.
He
He
just
was in a
pops up
movie
randomly.
that so a friend of mine's a choreographer, and I sometimes go or used to go help her out on sets, and so there was a movie that was filming here in Toronto called Red, and Carl Urban was in that too. So I briefly worked on a movie with him.
He was in. I haven't seen Red in a long time.
It's great. I love it. He was like the Secret Service dude. Yeah, Secret Service dude or FBI dude or something along those lines.
Huh. I'm gonna have to rewatch that because I don't remember him in that. Just
Yeah.
like I'm gonna have to rewatch Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
For him. Maybe because I wasn't aware who Carl Urban was.
Totally. That's like people didn't realize that Aunt Zelda from Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is the same actress who played Eowyn. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, totally. That's one of my favorite, like, people I cosplay their characters, 20 years apart, and it's great.
Yeah, that is. I haven't watched The Lord of the Rings like that many times, so maybe that's why I haven't noticed. I think I've watched them each twice, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, you definitely do. You have time now because quarantine. So
I think they're all on, like American Netflix. I don't know if they're like on other,
uh,
but I think they're all on there.
I think the not extended versions are on Canadian. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure which one we have, honestly.
Yeah, yeah,
All right,
sort of
what
hit and
time?
miss. I feel like for a while they had the extended version of one of them and the like standard theatrical release versions of the others. It's very strange.
Oh, that's kind of. Yeah, I'm trying to get the hat in like a good position,
Yeah.
but it doesn't seem to want to go. Oh, there. Oh, I like that.
Ah, there it is. That's the one.
I like that. All
Yeah.
right. So it looks like it's going on an hour.
That was
So
fast.
yeah, like an hour goes really fast, right?
Just
When
like
you're
30
having
seconds.
fun.
Goes so fast.
Yeah, time flies by when you're just talking, you're just hanging out,
Mhm.
and we're doing our thing. We're talking about cosplay. We're doing like fun activities. Just flies by.
Totally.
Like there was this one time where we literally just me and another guest, we just wore pillows, and it went by like that. Like that is all we wore. We just wore like a pillow, and then you can see like our skin right here and this.
That's amazing.
It was amazing because we
Pillows are
come
my absolute jam, and I would gladly be pillowified at any point.
because I was wearing like two pillows because I didn't think about you could just wear a body pillow. But that's what he wore. He wore a body pillow, and I was like, oh, that's ingenious.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
That is brilliant. And then he just like got a belt and put it on. I was like, that's ingenious. I should have bought a body pillow, and
That's
it
some
just would have
galaxy
covered me.
brain right there.
I just had like two pillows and two belts, like
Nice.
attached to it, so it wouldn't fall.
Excellent.
So
See,
before,
cosplay, it's the best thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
before we end it, do you have anything to plug? Like, do you want to plug your Instagram or your YouTube page, whatever you want to plug? This is your time.
I don't YouTube, but I am on the Instagram, the Twitter, TikTok, all under the same username, Face, as in this thing right here, of Boaz if you're Canadian, Z if you're American. Boaz is the last name. And that exists on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And then on Facebook, for whatever reason, they don't allow you to use the letter combination FB in your username because they're afraid you're going to pretend to be Facebook. So I'm Face
I didn't know that.
Phobos. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize it until I was trying to figure out why my username wasn't accepted. And so I'm Face Phobos on Facebook.
So you can follow her on all those social media platforms, and I put that in. Wait, I still gotta get this thing down somewhere over here. And thanks for coming. You've been a wonderful guest. I've
Thanks for
had
having
much
me. This was
fun.
so much fun.
All right. See ya. Have a great day or night,
You too.
whatever
Yeah, definitely
time
nice.
zone you're in. And